Hey, we're back in the kitchen with Chef Charles, and it smells amazing. Man. What are you making for us?
Oh, we're going to do pork tenderloin tacos, and we have a nice fresh corn and jalapeno relish that was going to go with it as well. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking the tenderloin that we had, like in the first segment. I've cut it in medallions, and I made a little seasoning mix here. I just took a little, it's all stuff you probably have in your cupboard, little cumin, little chili powder, garlic, and onion. And one thing with my seasonings, I always like to leave the salt and pepper out. Okay, that way you can control how much goes in there. Sure. Okay. If you just even amount everything, you might have too much salt or too much pepper, and you don't want to do that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cook these medallions probably about 3 minutes on each side, and then we sped it along a little bit, and I wanted to have you guys try it. So I've got some here that I'm going to cut up for you.
Amazing. Oh,
we're getting ready to build some tacos. You can see how nice and juicy it stays.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
I notice you don't use a lot of oil here.
No, just enough for it to not stick, because most things that you cook have a little bit of moisture in them already, so you don't really need to go too crazy. I know a lot of people probably use a little bit too much oil.
I think that's me. I'm realizing this. Like, I put way more than I should.
I do the same thing.
And so here we've got our pork cooked up here, so we're getting ready to build some tacos, but I did want to show you a cool thing I like to do as I remove this, is I like to warm my tortillas up. And there's no better way to do it than over an open flame.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you just go right like this.
What?
Okay, and you're going to monitor it. You can flip it over. It just takes a second. If you have a gas stove, it's perfect to do this. If you don't have a gas stove, put a nonstick pan on your electric stove and do it inside of that.
Okay.
But you can see how that comes together here.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's going to be perfect.
You're right. This is going to elevate the taste so much.
That's right. We're going to build tacos here. I'm going to do one for Kayla.
On the flame, too.
I know. I was like, wait, what's he doing?
Well, you know, some singed fingertips. Later, you kind of learn how to do it. But just a couple of seconds on each side here. I like to use flour tortillas. If you're going to use corn tortillas, which I love also, you do kind of have to fry them in a pan a little bit. They're not as flexible as flour. So, okay, look at that. So we got some nice color there. So what we're going to do is take a little bit of our pork. We'll shut our burner down. A little more pork here. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I love, too, having watched you prepare these tenderloins, you can tell by getting the cut of meat that you got how much easier it has been for you. Like, just simply, like, cutting off a piece and going right into the pan has been way easier than anything I usually do.
That is right. They are really, I'm not, no pun intended, they are very tender and easy to work with.
Yeah.
And so real quick, I put a little corn relish together. We have fresh corn. I put English cucumbers, scallions, cilantro, a little red pepper, lime, and jalapeno.
Yep.
And then we're going to top it here with a little bit of our fire roasted chili ranch. It doesn't take much.
Which you sell in store, right?
Which we do sell in stores. You can find us in all the Needler's markets. We are in Kroger as well, but you will have to look in the produce section as we are a cold dressing.
Okay.
So you can give these a try. Look how great those look.
Yay.
And how fast we put everything together.
Yeah, that was like no time.
Thank you, Chef
Charles.
Again,
and these are things that you can do ahead of time. Right, have it ready to go, and then if your company comes over or the sporting event starts, you put it all together, and now it's a party.
That is insanely good.
Easy and tasty.
That's right, and that's what we like to do. That's one thing I've liked to do since we started the Easy and Tasty is I want to show people how you should get in the kitchen and cook, because it is easy. If you just kind of break it down into segments, it's not as overwhelming. If you say pork tacos with corn salsa, and people are like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But once you break it down, it's really easy.
Well, and that was just watching you do it, like, that I would have taken a lot longer in doing that because I would have gone at it a different way. You made it look so simple, and now I'm not as intimidated, legitimately, to like try pork tacos.
That is the ultimate goal, because cooking really is easy, and if people just kind of take away some of the stigma of it, you can make anything, really.
We're glad that you do.
This is so good.